Craggy cliffs. Crystal clear water. Deserted landscapes dotted with tiny villages. Malta, a popular holiday destination. Pilot Joseph Galia knows the islands like the back of his hand. He takes visitors out for scenic tours most days.
I was always looking forward to become a pilot since I was a young kid, and it was my dream job basically, so I'm there now.
Today's tour starts out in the capital, Valletta. It's a city steeped in history. Different cultures have left their mark on Malta. The Arabs and Italians, to the French, and of course, the British. Nasi Kalamata is a local who grew up with British influences.
When we were children, then to come here on Saturday morning, see the changing of the guards and see the soldiers from Scottish and Irish regiments with their bagpipes.
In 1947, the islands achieved self-rule and many Brits left. Malta later became independent in 1964. The legacy of its history is its cultural diversity. The Maltese language contains Arabic, Italian, French and English influences.
What gives us our identity is our language. So we understand each other so well in this like secret code. And what brings us back here every time.
The local cuisine also has many different roots. Chef Michael Kauki, who has cooked for the Maltese president, runs a restaurant in palatial premises in downtown Valletta. His menus are all about fish.
So now I'm preparing a local fish. It's called gilted head bream, and then we can do a caper, Maltese traditional tomato sauce.
Kauki learned to cook from his mother and sisters. His most indispensable ingredient is olive oil.
Basically, the oil plays the biggest part of the meal. I mean, if it's a very good olive oil, you can feel that everything goes into each other.
The best place to find quality olive oil is on the adjacent island of Gozo, a 15-minute flight away from Malta. Olive trees have been growing here wild for decades, but it's only in the last 10 years that they've been actively cultivated by a small company called Gozo Cottage.
Gozo and Malta have a 100% maritime climate. The olives practically grow in salt, with the ocean all around. The ground is thick, loamy soil, which adds a special character to the olive oil's taste.
Nearby is the Gigantea Neolithic Temple, one of the oldest open-air temples worldwide. According to legend, it was built by a giantess in one single night. The ruins are even more stunning when seen from the air. As our pilot Joseph Galia banks around, we fly over the azure window, a natural arch formed by the collapse of two caves.
They are unique because they are natural, and especially the azure window, let's say, it's a very big place, and most of the nicest place for divers.
Diving is one of the most popular sports on Malta. The government has permitted diving schools to sink old ships in order to create artificial reefs. The overgrown wrecks attract plenty of recreational divers and fish. It's time for our pilot to return to the airfield, but he'll be back in the skies tomorrow, giving tourists a special view of his home.